Hey,
I was directed at Lucian, not at Katie. I'll clarify that one. You're fine. Yeah, see.
I'm inclined to agree with Jericho.
Not Lucian nods, just like cartoonishly.
There you have it, Kim. Put us to work, and we'll put the work in.
Very good. Have you noted the targets for this year?
The ones on the map out there.
Correct. These are what we are aiming to eliminate. First, we must target the smaller creatures. You have been paid to do a job. The Lord's Alliance will want it done with utmost haste. That will be your first target. Then we will focus on dealing with the Eurythax. I don't think you need to understand how important it is that the Bone Collector does not reach them.
Oh. That's
Right now, its greatest limitation is mobility. I aim to keep it that way.
Oh, it would learn how to fly if it.
Exactly.
Oh, that would
How
suck.
something that can fly.
How far does it have to be living? Did the report say it has to be living biomass or fresh biomass?
The reports have no information, but it does say it's already killed 2 watchmen. Their bodies were burned, so they weren't able to be assimilated.
How far?
Okay, so
can we go back to the map?
body.
How far out was the big fucking corpse?
Big fucking corpse? It was like somewhere
The big
Yeah,
fucking corpse.
The
The
BFC.
one for
Yeah, the one that we saw.
Yeah, I think we were at like this location, and then he moved this token up here. So I think. it
Oh
was
yeah.
About
I
there?
don't know. It's probably about right here.
right about there, right at the edge of
man.
the circle.
Bastion's gonna immediately turn to Captain Corvallis. Captain Corvallis, has your team made aware of the massive corpse south of here? Far south on the coast, at the edge of the perimeter.
Brief me on this creature.
Sebastian opens his mouth to begin reciting a report, but he catches himself and just looks at all of you and just gestures. Go on then.
Yeah, because he wasn't there when we first encountered it. So I think Jericho will give
Well-
a full report after having helped Erica
Analyze it.
dissect the thing when it was still not really fresh, but you know.
Fresher.
still
It
some
was
meat
within
on
a few
bones.
hours. I want to say.
Something like that. Hours. Was it hours? I thought it was like
It
the
was-
day. I thought it was the day before.
The main thing that makes me think it was maybe a day at most was because there were small critters on the outside of the edge, meaning
Oh,
that
yeah.
whatever happened to this thing happened recent enough that they're still cautious.
Yeah, they still want to consume it.
Yeah, you're fair.
as
That's
well.
fair enough.
So yeah, Jericho will outline its size, the fact that it had an exoskeleton and an actual skeleton, the wounds it had suffered that seemed to have felled it, and what else? Did
we
we gain
could
any
mention-
insight from it when Erica dissected it?
Lucian did. I
did?
thought.
We got the
I
insight
don't remember
of
what it was.
the combatant against it and what that might have looked like in a way. I think it was humanoid, left boot prints. It was strategic. Like it didn't just slam at the thing. It's like it hit a certain part and then hit that same part again to pierce through.
Yeah, so give him all that, and I think Jericho will say, do you think those boot prints we found, Kitten, might belong to this bone collector?
Was it wearing boots?
For bone boots.
Bone boots.
It is humanoid-like.
Humanoid-like.
Mm.
So it probably leaves prints of a degree.
Didn't we find like different footprints? Like there were smaller ones and then bigger ones surrounding it as well.
It's you saw some very small ones, which were the little scavenger creatures that were looking to pick it apart, or y'all if y'all got too separated.
Oh, okay, got it.
But he thinks about that as you describe the wound. I will need to send out an additional report. We're going to add this to our task list. I do not know if it can obtain post-mortem mass, but I am not keen on finding out.
Let's not give the opportunity to prove otherwise.
How long would it take, hypothetically, to go there and back? Hypothetically.
If you were unseen,
Like,
you could be there and back within a day and a half. If you're on
And-
ranger time, a day.
and this trek up here took us a day, half a day.
No, that took you
More?
about a week.
This took a week. Oh, I guess
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Here we're going through a city of light. Fair enough.
Yeah, much
Yeah,
safer,
this-
easier travel.
This just with, ranger knowledge on an open field, pretty easy to avoid things.
Hmm.
So when you get into these pockets, that it gets much harder.
Oh my god, it's 8 o'clock.
Captain Corvallis, a Ranger prospect might be showing up in the perimeter in, say, a week and a half's time, maybe less. Further assistance can be had on these endeavors.
I'm taking it this is someone you know.
Correct. They would likely be investigating the carcass we were just describing. But if we do the job ahead of time, perhaps I might free their hands to assist with other matters.
Who is his captain?
Captain Boone. My captain.
Send word to him.
Certainly.
If we can get additional assistance on this, it will be helpful. Rest assured, this will be the hardest task you have faced so far.
Looks at everyone else. Halfway to missionary work, less so ranger work. I'm well aware, so.
Very good. He turns back around. Lucian,
Sir?
have you learned the spell Prestidigitation?
Unfortunately not, sir.
Understood. For the first month, you will be on cleaning duty.
Woof.
Understood.
Let me make things very clear. We must maintain decorum in these situations. If you find yourself bored, you will find yourself masticated soon. I do not know what captain let you become so undisciplined, but it will not stand in my regiment.
What's masticated?
It's
Chewed up.
that.
Now then, you are dismissed.
Sabbatical salute.
Hey, Captain. Do we just head back to the main room?
You begin to head back.
With your permission, Captain Corvallis, may I hang on to this report?
You may. One last thing.
Hmm.
It is a decommissioned term, but it is one I'm very fond of. There was a time when there were few captains due to fatalities that the rank of lieutenant was implemented. I have 2 lieutenants in my regiment. Their orders are an extension of my will. Is that clear?
Who the
Understood, Captain.
lieutenants?
Understood. Thanks.
You will be assigned to Bravo team.
Under him.
Make yourself at home.
Which lieutenant helms Bravo team? Captain Corvallis.
Lieutenant Ward.
Noted.
Surprise.
Now they're our boss. Can I spy on like the destroyed statues in here, like on the way out?
Absolutely. They
Well,
appear to have
well.
been monumental in stature before having broken free and fallen into the aquifer below.
Any historical insights we can glean from them?
You would have to take a very good perception check. But perhaps, yes.
Bradford has interest because of
If I fail my perception check, can I just fucking climb down there and look?
perception. Don't suck.
That's Lucy.
Ooh, those are good.
He's not paying
Those
attention
are-
to anything else.
If I can for Bradford, he would also get guiding or guidance.
I would gladly take guidance.
Get a 4 is very good. Nope.
Ah, almost a 30.
Well, I'll give
Oh, wait.
I'll give myself a
Oh.
+5 for 30.
Nice.
Yeah.
30 and 29.
Very, very good. Okay. I like it. One of them, well, this is information that quite literally there are very few people in the world know, but you happen to be some of them.
Oh.
You've seen statues that look very similar to these. They're broken apart, but you've seen them before. One of them was headless when you saw it. And it contained a massive body of a robed man with one hand up. This time, it very much has a head. And it is a large orcish head noted by its protruding tusks. The other one appears to be a large and very wide dwarven-built person sporting what looks to be rhino symbolism all across its armor.
Right. Because it was the... Was it the orc house that was scrubbed in Sycusia, and then the rhinos were like the guardians of the gates, I want to say? Am I remembering that information correctly? Thank you. I would know how Lucifer. Huh.
Here, I will go find the information for you and paste it.
Oh. How about
Right.
some lions? Name lessons.
Hello, house that I know. Poor Vach. Yeah.
So what did they do wrong?
I think you were asking the wrong question, but your mind is in the right place. As you linger for a second before heading back, something doesn't quite add up about what you're seeing.
He's so confused about this place. Something doesn't add up.
As you head back in, you do see Lieutenant Ward going over some notes that she appears to be writing. As you do hear doors begin to open up front.
Sebastian's just gonna go up to Lieutenant Ward and salute her. Lieutenant Ward, we're at your disposal. Awaiting your orders.
Relax. It's not that serious.
Likes the sound of that.
The captain takes it very seriously. I have 2 rules. You follow orders, and you don't get anyone killed if you're not going to do it to yourself first. Technically 3. Because at the end of the day, she points to herself, I'm making it home alive.
But that was more applicable to just herself.
She holds up a couple pictures that she keeps with her. It's of 6 kids ranging between 5 and 15.
Jesus.
These are my siblings. If you want to be reckless, you get yourself killed. But I'm getting home to them. Got it?
We'll try our best, Lieutenant. You're the designated survivor.
As you are talking to the lieutenant, up walks a very peculiar looking person.
I was gonna say, does he walk or does he crawl on all fours like a horror movie?
Look, fucking
Oh,
goblin man.
God.
Standing at all of 5 foot
Goblins are allowed
3
as a race.
and a half
5'3.5".
And a half, right. That
is a
half
man in
is there
very
for it.
tattered clothes mixed with interspersed leather and what almost looks like thatch. He has one pauldron that has some spikes on it, on what appears to be his non-dominant arm, as well as a large hat that has holes cut into it to see out of, that is definitely made of some straw, but held down with a chin strap.
Is that like a hat that Ronins usually use? We're crazy.
No.
Hmm.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
commonly seen with them, but technically it's any right. It's field worker's hat.
He just
And it,
walks over. Are these the new teammates? These are them.
Hello.
He just
Oh, they're-
waves in this sort of like rainbow like motion. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Wombat.
Wombat.
Did you choose that
It's
one, or
just
did
a
they give it
choice.
to you?
What's his name?
I chose that one.
I like it.
I just think they are neat creatures.
You
More
ought to
muscular
actually
than you
respect
might
that.
think.
befitting.
My name is Paku. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Name's Jericho. To be honest, I was going to take Wombat, but yeah, we can't both be Wombat. That would be confusion in the field.
Yeah, and he was here first.
You
so
have my
obviously.
apologies that it is already taken.
Ah, no worries.
But there are many marsupials.
Maybe koala.
Oh, possum.
Possum is fitting for you.
Well, possums play dead. They aren't, you know, just gestures at
Oh my-
Jericho.
No, I'm so fucking stupid. If it's a marsupial, you have to be kangaroo.
He's gotta be a
Nice.
kangaroo.
Do we know what a kangaroo is?
no.
We don't even know what an
Wallaby.
elephant was.
Oh yeah, we have tons of kangaroos in Lilyvale.
It's a local delicacy.
I hate it.
He just looks around. I have heard you are coming from Chrysantine.
Yeah, correct.
You did right.
I too came from Chrysantine.
Oh, who was your teacher?
The greatest one you could have asked for.
Don't say-
Captain Riker.
Okay, Riker.
It couldn't have been Maven.
How?
Who
Actually.
was your instructor?
That good.
Yeah, for me, Lucien points at Lucien and Flora. It was us three. We were in Riker's class.
I'm trying under the Strix Blight, but when were you training there?
He just sort of scratches his head. It has been about 15 years now.
I feel it.
So 3
Jesus.
classes back.
Wow.
So would he have been 5 years ago? Jericho had just graduated. 5 years after that, he
So
just
he'd be
got
your
there.
upper class.
Mhm.
But does he look familiar at all? Do I recognize that big ass head?
Recognize the
Uh,
speech?
oh man, roll.
That would be an
Hmm.
impressive straw hat.
It is pretty impressive. Roll. I don't know.
Charisma
Yeah,
perception.
you don't. Sure, you know it. You don't need to. You
Oh,
you can
no.
recognize the very mundane clothes more so than anything,
Mhm.
because perhaps the thought when you first saw him was, "That's not a homeless person."
Is that homeless people
I mean,
here?
I think Jericho of
He's
all
shitting
people
on the
has no
floor.
room to say that.
I mean, at the time he did.
Fair enough.
Should I give him
No,
some
the
change?
student has become the master. Oh, yeah. I think I was actually part of your underclass.
Oh, oh,
I
You
wasn't a
have-
standout student, so can't blame you if you don't recognize me.
you have my apologies. I am very sorry to hear what had happened.
That's all right. I need to apologize. You went there.
The pride in me wants to say I could have made a difference, but the wisdom knows better. So I will just be thankful I was not there too.
Well, I'm thankful for that in turn. But hey, we're here now. Don't suppose you're a part of Bravo team?
I am not. I am part of Alpha Team.
Ah,
Which makes you a lieutenant.
Lieutenant Reeve.
Looks around. That's
Not
quite-
here right
that's
now.
rocket.
They are on mission.
Was that Wreath or Reeve?
Reeve.
Reeve.
R-E-A-V. Oh, R-E-I-V.
You motherfucker!
why?
What?
Was this
What?
someone you wrote in Jericho's backstory or something?
What?
No.
His backstory?
Need not.
Need
What?
not?
What do you want from me?
I mean, it's a known thing that
No.
O consults Fred and Need Not. So.
Yeah.
No.
We're gonna talk
Anywho.
later. Anyway, let's move on.
It was a pleasure to meet you. I will be cooking dinner soon, though I must say, I am not great at it.
What's your
Lucia
plan
looks at
about
Bradford.
A stew. I have found some fresh water plants.
That could be useful for something. Would
We
you
have
want
stocks
assistance?
over here if you
Ooh.
get hungry.
Would you want assistance with cooking? I'm kind of the quartermaster and chef of our group.
Oh. He just looks around, comes over here, grabs something out, hands this apron to you. I guess you are a new cook.
Excellent. Why do I not have an apron normally?
But I will gladly learn from you.
I can't see it, but there's a bit of twinkle in his eye and a smile on his face from hearing that. It would be my pleasure.
A twinkle in your eye when I asked to learn from you, but okay.
He just sort of comes over here and squats down and sits and starts observing you.
Aha, yes, yes. He's going to make something. I don't know what he's gonna make.
Hey, Wombat, how's Roland doing?
He is good. He will be back soon. I was a little ahead of them because of my natural abilities, but they will be back shortly.
Because of skills.
Good.
Well, anyways, she points over to the left. That way's your rooms. We don't really have beds. We got some hammocks you can tie up, though.
That's alright. I usually sleep hanging from the ceiling anyway. Wow,
She
very,
just-
very nice audience here.
Is this what y'all do? Is this y'all's gimmick? Y'all quip?
I thought I did it first, but now I'm getting the feeling that it's just sort of the whole thing, the whole shebang. But you know, whatever. Anyway, I'm
You'll
gonna
get
go.
along great with Roland and Reeve.
Yeah,
Oh, and me too. Don't forget me.
that's all right. I'm gonna take a look around the place. Get a lay of the
She
land.
just sort of like puts her hands down and sinks her head. I could never forget about you. Even if I tried.
Do you have like perfect memory or something, or is that just a term of phrase?
Allow me to distract you, Lieutenant. Where shall we begin?
Get settled in. We've done enough for today. Get rest. We'll sort things out tomorrow. Oh. She looks over to you. Broom's in the corner.
Yes, Lieutenant.
I'd like to go scouting, if possible.
If you're going, go in pairs.
Sebastian's gonna mark on the map where the carcass is.
That's far.
It's an unknown, which we spoke of Captain Corvallis about. A massive carcass. And we want to make sure the bone collector can't get its hands on a stationary target.